The talk of San Diego. Comparatively speaking, it's not that bad. You won't hate it. The kids love it. The kids love us. And again, we apologize. Thank you.
Hey, Susanna.
Hi, Johnny.
Guess what?
We're back.
We are back, and you know what we're going to talk about?
What are we talking about right now?
Sea turtle rescue.
Oh, yes.
You like turtles?
I love turtles,
You know
and I
who's
love...
playing? Do you know who's playing? The Turtles.
Seriously?
Yeah. You see how there's a little tie-in there? So one of our sponsors is the Sea Turtle Rescue, and they rescue turtles.
I know.
Yeah,
and it's
all over the
on
place.
all volunteer organizations.
It is, and you can probably find them at seaturtlerescue.org. But what they do is if you volunteer, you send money or anything like that, what they do is they turn that around and they rescue sea turtles all over the world, like in Guyana and in Belize and different places where the sea turtles are. And what they do is the natives, they eat the eggs. Right? They eat the eggs, so it's better off to pay the natives, don't eat the eggs, and then we raise them in this hatchery, and it brings in tourists. So it's a win-win. So that's this seaturtlerescue.org.
That's wonderful.
So that's pretty cool, huh?
Absolutely.
Do you know who's playing? No. It's, no idea, right?
No.
No, it's Thin Lizzy. Anyway, but there again, not the reason we stopped by, is it?
No, it's
You have
not.
another gentleman here with you, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And he looks like he might be a salty sailor, a mariner of the seas.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of that guy. A little more distinguished than that, maybe.
Or, I don't drink beer, but when I do, like the most interesting man in the world.
The most interesting man in the world.
Exactly, but
That's
when I
good.
do, I drink Dos Equis. Yeah. But there again, not the reason we stopped by. So, Susanna, why don't you introduce this gentleman?
Yes, of course, my
with the
pleasure.
San Diego Shakespeare. Oh, I'm sorry, it was cut off. Shakespeare Society. And there we go.
There we go.
And you'll be able to talk to him while I dig in on some of this delicious food that we got
Yes,
from
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. So we have here we have Alex Sandie. He's the president of the San Diego Shakespeare Society. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Susanna.
So first, tell us a little bit about your background and why we get to enjoy that beautiful accent that we're going to get to.
Well,
hear
I'm
today.
from Edinburgh, Scotland originally, and I've been away some 50-odd years. Canada, Los Angeles, and San Diego for 42 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I became more Scottish when I came to San Diego, and I founded
You haven't dropped the accent yet, yet?
Well, I go back every 5 years or so to brush up on the
just to
accent.
get it renewed?
But if you watch the lips, I can talk American. In fact, I can talk South American.
Well, if you talk both sides of your mouth, then you're American.
And so given the link to the Scottish play, do you feel like Shakespeare was a big part of your life growing up in Edinburgh?
No, actually, I turned away from Shakespeare at high school as I did Robert Burns, the Bard of Scotland. And I don't blame anyone but myself, but it wasn't the language of the day, and nobody turned me on to it, so I'm not blaming anybody else.
When was it first introduced to you and became a passion for you then?
Well, Shakespeare was, I was in my late 50s. I'd done some theatre for the first time in my mid-50s, and I'd got the bug, and I've been doing 3 shows a week ever since.
Oh, wow.
3 shows a year, I should say.
Even now, are you still?
Yeah, I do senior follies with Christian Community Theatre, and also their Christmas show.
That's wonderful.
And anybody else that I want to try out for, and they're desperate for a guy of my caliber.
Yeah. And so let's say you've founded 6 nonprofits since you've been in San Diego. Is that correct?
Well, 7 including the San Diego Shakespeare
7
Society,
now.
which is...
That's just what you do when you have extra time.
Yeah, I was in banking for 40 years, and I've been retired about 10 years, so when I first came to San Diego, the family size, my daughters were 10 and 5, we got them enrolled in Highland dancing, and then my wife and I got involved in Scottish country dancing, the adult version. Then the Robert Burns Club, where we have an annual Robert Burns dinner.
What is that exactly?
Well, it's a literary society.
Oh, it's a literary society. Okay.
And at that time, when it was founded in the 70s, we were only the second literary society in San Diego. Now, actually, it's the only literary society in San Diego.
And is it focused on Scottish literature or just?
Well, Robert Burns, the Robert Burns Club.
Yeah.
And they meet monthly and recite and read Robert Burns poems.
Oh, okay. You're focused
in a pub.
Okay.
Usually.
Any particular pub in mind?
Well, when we first started out, we were when there used to be a 10 Downing Street pub on 7th Avenue, and we had a private room there with
That was an English pub?
Yes.
Okay.
With serving wenches and stuff like that, and it was a men-only club.
I want to be one of those.
Serving wench?
That's what I want to be.
Me too.
But we stuck with that's in the tradition of Robert Burns. He had founded what was called the Bachelors Club, and so it was a men-only club. But now, in more recent modern times, it's expanded to allow few
Wenches.
women.
And so, in addition to all of the educational programs and everything that you offer at the San Diego Shakespeare Society for adults and people of all ages, one of your most important events is the annual Student Shakespeare Festival, which is actually happening this weekend.
It's actually tomorrow,
Yes.
April 27th.
Thank you for taking the time to be here when you have this going on tomorrow.
Well,
I appreciate
it's a passion and it's a thrill for the kids. I felt that one of my aims when I helped found the society, which were all volunteers, and we had a good sound board to start with, people that we had made contact with, like the education director of the Old Globe, the late Diane Sinor, Jonathan McMurtry, Rosina Reynolds, a few well-known actors and actresses in San Diego. And we had bylaws already drawn up, so they signed on the first meeting we had, and we've been very successful each year since, and we do Shakespeare all year round. We have lectures in the Mission Valley Library every second month.
We're going to get to list all of those and tell people. Let's make sure we have your website out there so that our listeners can know where to find more information, which is san diego shakespeare society.org.
Right.
Okay, easy.
And we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and all of that social stuff.
Well, hello. Very modern for a Shakespeare Society, no? And let's see, so you have what is the highlight? What is the one thing not to miss for the annual the Student Shakespeare Festival? Is there?
Well, this year we have 2 schools coming from Moscow, Russia. We're going to actually perform in English.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And we actually had a rehearsal today at Signet Theatre, which isn't too far from here. And I've seen part of that, and they speak better English than me. In fact, I says, I speak English also, and I'm a Scot.
Do you have a favorite Shakespearean play?
Well, everyone's a favourite, but Hamlet, Macbeth, As You Like It, and you could like it too.
I'm sure I will. Hey, you know what? We're going to take a break now. Will this gentleman be sticking around?
Yeah. Do you have time for a second round?
One more break?
Okay,
fantastic. Well, we're out here at the Cosmopolitan Hotel, and we're having a great time, and we're going to be right back. And this is Johnny.
And this is Susanna.
With the talk
of San Diego. I'm going to ask you about...
Hey, Susanna.
Hi.
Guess what?
Yes.
We're back.
We're back, and we're going to talk about...
San Diego boats.
San Diego boats.
Because we're going to be out on one of their boats in a couple of weeks. We're going to do a show on their boat.
I'm going to be on my honeymoon at that time, but when I come back...
Well, it's the 24th of May. You're going to be gone that long?
Yeah, I am.
Wow, some honeymoon. Excuse me. Hey, do you recognize this theme song that you have here playing in the background? Do you recognize this theme song? Anyone at all? No one at all. No. Well, the people in the audience, they can't hear. It's the theme from Baywatch.
Oh.
Baywatch, and that's the boat that we go on
It's called the Baywatch.
The Baywatch. You see how I tied that in?
I like how you're doing this linking thing.
We did the turtles with the turtle rescue. Baywatch with this. Yeah, so we're going to do the show out there. But if you're looking to go out on an excursion, you know, a party, a wedding, we're going to go out on a
boat
couple
tours of the San Diego Bay.
Right, and we're going to do the show.
Sunset tours for the romantic types.
Fantastic. So we're going to be right back.
Next time you're in Imperial Beach, you've got to stop in at Jersey Boys Diner, where East meets West. Jersey Boys Diner has everything from Philly cheesesteaks to chicken fried steaks. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the boys have got you covered. Along with snacks, cookies, and the coldest beer in town, you'll feel right at home whether you're a transplant or a local. Jersey Boys Diner is located at 875 Seacoast Drive, Imperial Beach. We'll see you there.
Hey, guess what?
Yes.
We'll see you there.
We'll see you there.
At?
I wasn't listening to the commercial.
Yeah, they never pay attention. Jersey Boys Diner.
I'm busy staring at that
I know.
margarita.
You should. Hey, go for it. That's what it's here for. That's what they brought it in. So I'm eating because I'm very hungry.
Yes.
So anyway,
Bon
but
appetit.
we're down here at the Cosmopolitan Hotel and
Yes.
Restaurant in the heart.
Of Old Town San Diego.
Exactly. And you're
That's right.
speaking with a gentleman who is the head of...
He's the president of the San Diego Shakespeare Society.
You can't
Alex
get much higher than that, can you?
No, I don't think you can.
You can't.
That's
Do you
as
get,
far as it goes.
Do you get special license plates because of that? I would look into it if I were you, because I think that is deserving of special license plates.
Well, we have bumper stickers also. In fact, on my car, I have a bumper sticker that says,
Well, then
what does it say?
Sometimes that's all you need is a good bumper sticker.
Aye.
I could just listen to you talk all day long.
Why,
It's
thank you.
Lovely.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah, Danny. I already hear you talk a lot. Thanks.
Yeah, probably too much. Hey, and we're back, I think.
Yes.
And,
sounds like it.
Tell the audience who this young man is, and oh, guess what? No, this gentleman doesn't speak Spanish, does he?
No.
No, that's our next segment.
Yep.
Right. So forget about if you see the SAP flashing on the screen, forget it.
Sorry.
No.
It's not going to work this time.
No, Espanol.
But maybe you
Espanol,
could
aquí.
give us a couple of Shakespearean insults.
Ooh.
I'll give you some Spanish first. Taco
Okay.
and burrito. And, see, I can
See?
talk.
See?
There you go. You got
Agua.
your SAP.
Agua caliente.
Agua caliente. That's the
Donde los baños?
Anyway, something from Shakespeare, you say?
What's your couple of Shakespearean insults? Give us a little something.
I'd rather stick with something like, to thine own self be true, which isn't an insult.
It's not.
The advice from Polonius to his son Laertes, who's going to take off, to thine own self be true.
Never forget that. That's great advice.
At two. At two.
A2.
And then the sonnets, my favorite is sonnet 18, which finishes up, as long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. No way you could improve on that.
I don't think so.
But watch Blackadder on YouTube, and you'll see a great segment there. Blackadder, a Shakespeare rewrite. It's
We'll
funny,
check it
funny,
out.
funny.
I mean, but we're talking about sonnets. You mentioned the sonnet, and I want to make sure that we get in a little information about the Celebrity Sonnets program that you do, which is a wonderful experience. And I've actually, thank you, I've actually got a chance to perform in it, not only watch it. So for our listeners, basically you provide them the option to provide local celebrities in the visual and performing arts, as well as public speakers, to interpret a Shakespearean sonnet in their particular genre.
Yeah.
And so we've seen everything from Bollywood dancers to...
French accompanied by a guitar.
Right, I did a French, a sonnet in French and then a
two
blues
sonnets as required, and you tell us why you've tell the audience why you've chosen these sonnets, and do it to your style. It could be somebody reciting a sonnet and interpreted by ballet, or in particular cases, Tango Centric does the love dance, the tango, and the sonnet is recited in Spanish and English.
That's gorgeous. It
The
sounds
love
just
sonnet
wonderful.
and the love poem.
Let's see, you have one coming up June 10th at the Dove Library in Carlsbad, right? So how much are tickets to that?
Well, they're very nominal at the library. It's just a $5 donation.
Okay, but then you also have them at the Old Globe.
The Old Globe is an annual event, and it'll be our 12th annual this year.
12th annual, congratulations.
$20 for non-members, $10 for members. And we do encourage membership.
So there is a
because the
benefit to
membership-
many benefits to membership. Do you
And
want
the
to tell us what
membership
those are?
dues go to support our Student Shakespeare Festival. Because as I think I mentioned, we're all volunteer. We work on a couple of small grants and donations from members and others.
And how much is the membership fee?
Very nominal, $35 for
$35.
single, $50 for a family membership,
Yeah.
and
So
we'll
it's
accept
really
anything.
important. I mean, really, there's no excuses. $35 you'll spend on dinner
Yeah.
in a weekend, you know, and helping to support, encouraging young people to embrace language
Yeah. And if all our Facebook friends, which we have 4,600 plus, if they became members, we'd be
you'd be
pretty well off.
Yeah, right? You hear that, Facebook people?
Now, what if
Sign
somebody
up.
wants to be a volunteer and they want to act? We have a couple of actors on the cast and crew here. What if they want to get involved? What do they have to do?
Yeah, well, talk to Susanna. She knows it. Check our website.
Yeah, actually, you
And
have a...
we'll have
open
about 100
readings.
volunteers tomorrow at the student festival, when we have over 400 kids performing on 4 stages in the Prado walkway area of Balboa Park from 12:30, where we start off a parade from the organ pavilion, to the Prado area where they form to go on stage.
Yeah.
They do 10-minute scenes, and it's just a magic day. And
You
it's
get big numbers out there too, right? And what are your
thousands
audiences?
of people walking by, plus families, grandparents, parents,
Dressed up in
students.
costumes?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, since that's happening tomorrow, they're probably not going to see this, but what's the next event that you have coming up that somebody can get involved with?
Well, May 4th we have a keynote speaker at Mission Valley Library on May the 4th.
And
And
that's
then we
the
have-
Speaking of Shakespeare lecture series,
Yes.
right?
That's every second month we do that. Then we have the North County Sonnets in June.
The Celebrity Sonnets, so check that one out.
And the October Sonnets at the Old Globe, and we usually have 400 to 500 people at the Old Globe, so it's quite popular.
And
And
who
you
are
also-
who are the celebrities you're going to have at the Celebrity Sonnets?
Well, they've yet to be chosen, and we work on lists, and like last year we had Miles Anderson, who played many leading roles. But the Shakespeare Festival was over then, and he lives in LA, but he came down to be our keynote celebrity at the Old Globe, and he's
Well, you've had all
performed.
sorts of celebrities on.
Yeah, we
in the
actually had
past.
the 2 of the Jersey Boys one year
Yeah.
who were on tour, and they did Sonnet 18 in a comedy fashion, and it just went over.
I've seen it
fabulous.
with comedians and improv sort of style, and
There's no end to it. We just pick certain people and give them a rein in 5 minutes on stage,
a
and
very long leash.
yeah.
Right. So we want to make sure we get that in. So it's the San Diego Shakespeare Society.org. You also have some open readings that you do on the first Tuesday of every month. Is that
At
still going on?
Upstart Crow and Seaport
Upstart Crow
Village.
and Seaport Village. So if you want to practice your Shakespeare, if you want to listen to Shakespeare being read aloud, or you just enjoy being around Shakespeare
Yeah.
lovers, you know, that's the
Or
place
you
to
want
be.
to come in for a cup of coffee and a sweet, then
And a hot toddy.
Upstart Crow's the place.
Maybe a hot toddy.
And then if you want to get some further education, the next again Tuesday, it's every second Tuesday, it's at the Encinitas Library.
Every second Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that's the Speaking of Shakespeare lecture series, is that right?
No, that's open readings.
Oh, the open readings as well.
For the
oh, okay,
North
so
County
in addition
folks.
to for the North County folks.
And then we have a musical in the fall We used to use the Neurosciences Institute, and
It's a great space.
we've had Broadway themes that's done on Shakespeare's style, like selections from various Broadway shows, like what's that very famous show that just the name escapes me?
Well, I mean, the idea is there, which is
West Side Story.
Oh, West Side Story.
Which is based on Romeo and Juliet. So
of
there's some
course.
music from that, some music from Kiss Me Kate, and so and then we had jazz. We had Delfeo Marsalis one year with a high elementary school jazz band at the Neurosciences. So that was a packed house that night.
And so, what is the? I do have one question about how the organization originally started and how it has developed to today. I mean, we have about a minute or so.
Right.
Do you feel like the vision has stuck to what you wanted it to be? Do you feel like it's evolved? Where do you see it going?
I see.
5 years.
Tomorrow's the proof of the pudding. You see 400 or 500 kids from elementary school through high school, and then you see 2 schools coming from Russia. It's just magic, and this is just the start. We patterned it after Denver, who've been going for some 27 years, and they limit their participating students to 4,000 on 16 stages.
Oh my goodness!
In downtown Denver.
That's
and they say that
amazing.
we're at the same growth pattern as they were when they started out.
Do you work with them? Do you collaborate with them to
Well, we've,
do your visioning or?
We've had exchanges,
Yeah.
and we've had the director there who's been there forever
He comes
come
to
down and
support
do
your-
the celebrity sonnets.
Oh, how
one year.
wonderful! That's great. You're gonna have to go do one of his programs out in Denver at some point, you know?
So it's, if you can turn one kid on to Shakespeare, it's an experience for them, and we've turned, it turns out,
Thousands now.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly want to thank you for coming out here, and we want to encourage people to look up the San Diego Shakespearean Society.
SanDiegoShakespeareSociety.org.
Right.
Make sure you visit.
And you'll say hi to Miss Moneypenny for me,
Oh, you mean
Miss Moneypenny.
you mean Bonds?
Bond, James Bond.
Well, I tell you, I like my what is it? What the drink is?
Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, shaken not stirred.
Right.
Not sure.
And I've been identified closely to Sean Connery. We're from the same town, Edinburgh.
There you
Yeah.
go.
You look like him. You have
He's
that
actually
sort of air.
3 years older than you. Cut things. Sometimes you've heard things come in threes. He's 3 years older than me, 3 inches taller than me, about $300 billion richer than me. But
There you go. Well, we certainly want to have you on the show at another time.
Thank you again
Well, we
for
have-
being here. We
we have
really
to take a
it's
appreciate
been
break.
my
you.
privilege. All the best, and we'll look
Thank
forward
you. All
to
the best to you this
having
weekend.
you on stage at the Celebrity Sonnets.
I hope so.
Right.
This is
Wonderful.
Johnny
And this is Susanna
with the talk.
of San Diego.